Hey everybody, Trying 2 here, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. We're in the middle of questioning Miss Joyce. She is the representative from the company that the union is striking against, Wild Pines, I believe their name is. We just gave her some information on the union, some incriminating information, so she is going to give us information on the lynching. We have already asked the first 2 questions. We're going to continue our line of questioning. What can you tell me about Cuno? That's the security group.
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell. They boast a long list of clients: Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eendracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Anything else you can tell me?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Probably.
Yes, your condition. The International Collaborative Police maintains a database
Interpol.
for these sorts of things. Perhaps you should consult it. It was just a suggestion.
Could you contact the company, tell them, call them off?
I have, and they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
It appears that way.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
You said the deceased assaulted a woman?
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
What did these teenagers by the canal say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
Okay, so here is a discrepancy. It's saying here that it's the first time I've heard of this. Where did this assault take place and when? When it's not, I spoke with the Hardy Boys and they told me as such.
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
Who was this woman? The 8th Hardy?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
Did you know the colonel?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes, but I did not know him.
What's his name?
Lely, his service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
What about the others?
One is a man, Corty, they call him, a nickname as well. The other a woman, Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
Tell me about Lely. What's his nationality? How old would you say he was?
He was 40 or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age or gauge his facial expressions.
Anything else?
He was Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Do you know where the remaining 2 mercs are?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth.
Continue.
They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes, ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
I still need to know where they are.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Okay, 92%. Where are the mercenaries?
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbor gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise.
Okay. Good thing Logic caught that, because I didn't put 2 and 2 together on that one.
The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
One must be the goon in ill-fitting work clothes by the harbor gates.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
Continue.
The situation at the gates is a powder keg. She says she wants to avert catastrophe, but that's where she draws the line. I call bullshit.
Me too. One is probably in a building overlooking the roundabout.
That would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Nothing is inaccessible.
I had another question for you.
I hope I can answer it better.
How much time do we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob and their impatience.
That's less than reassuring.
I'm not trying to reassure you, officer. Quite the opposite, in fact.
There's a brief silence. Seagulls squawk over the bay.
It's a matter of days, not weeks.
Yep, that's enough for now.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Can you please now tell me about the tattoos?
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
She reaches over the guard wire and takes the photo, holds it in her hand.
For about half a minute, in silence.
Stay quiet. Observe the woman's expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
She points to the one on the photo paper.
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Places, like blooms in a pattern?
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
What is the use of this map?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Can you make out what travels this dead man made?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
Then what?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semines Islands, then this.
What is that? She points to his heart.
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
Okay.
The old world passing by, and the new world already here.
You said you can't read it, but it seems like you can.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Vredefort? Vredefort has a military academy. The Semines Islands saw a recent conflict. In Revachol, he was executed.
Maybe it's a record of his military career.
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways, just like we don't need sailors the way we used to. This is what the custom would morph into on the Occident. Mercenary tattoos.
Hey!
For all the boys looking for adventure, a blood spatter on the seas.
Do you know anybody else who could tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Surely there are other people to ask about the tattoo. This is not necessary to complete the task, officer. It's a dangerous side task. Search elsewhere.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea.
I am relieved you think so. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security.
That's all for the tattoos. Thank you for your help.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's all for now. Alright, what did we complete? Oh, not map. Well, map has something. Backyard wall can be done again? No, the ones in white we can do. Man from Heimdall series. Sleeping dock worker. Mirror. Alright, we'll come back. Tasks. Victims' tattoos. Alright. Let's go to the Whirling in Rags. And it looks like, yes, we do have a level up. Is there a task we'd like to redo? Box of sunglasses, backyard wall. Neither one of those. We'll wait. Thanks, Joyce. That was actually pretty darn helpful. It's almost dinner time, 1700. We can stop by the bookstore, and we will stop by the bookstore and try this Man from Heimdall. Now that we have the shirt, it may allow us to retry this check. Morale, put points into volition. How do we get more health points? That's something I would actually like. We have 2. Endurance. Take the blows. Pain threshold. Shrug off the pain. Physical instrument. Because, yeah, it's volition. I would think endurance. Electrochemistry, shivers, half-light. I think endurance, but we're not going to do that yet. I think the Heimdall books were up here? Maybe not. Maybe over here.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the time.
Pain threshold. Alright. Let's see how we can improve our pain threshold. Close. Physical instrument shivers. Let's take this off. Okay, nothing is improving our pain threshold. Let's try the check.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks. A twinge at
We
the
got
back
it.
of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching.
Ah, what is it?
Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular Man from Heimdall in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man.
Continue.
Between the throne and the Heimdall man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Heimdall and the Devil Woman.
Interesting.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Heimdall novels.
$9. Should we? We'll leave. I think we'll find that somebody is a Heimdall fan. We know this is here. It shouldn't get sold. Don't know if I want to waste 9 real when we need 20 a night anyway. Alright, let's go inside. Alright, we've spoken to the dock workers again. Speak to Gartz, see if he has anything to say.
Can I help you?
Nope. Speak to, I forget her name.
Oh,
Lena.
hello, dear. There you are again.
Tell me more about moral. You don't notice about me, but actually I've lost all my memory of the world and I have no idea what I'm doing. Really like to hear more about cryptids. That's all for now, ma'am. Speak to the cook.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Do you know what's behind that door?
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
Well, that's it. Stay masculine, brother. I want to get behind that door. Okay. Well, I know we can read books to pass time. I kind of want to just end the day, but I feel like that's a waste. I feel like there's got to be something we can be doing with our time. Can we access this?
The door is closed.
Leave. Can we do anything from here? I need to get up here to speak with her. That's my room. How do we get up here? Huh. Pretty sure she's the lady driver, but I have no way of proving that. I actually have no evidence of that. It's just she's one of the few ladies I can think of that's there. Is there anything in our room? Tab. It's our fan, the mirror, bed.
The bed is still cold from the broken window and not too inviting.
It's not time to rest yet. Okay, let's think about this. What can we do? Journal. Prove your authority. Smoke on the balcony. Open the apartment. I don't want to do that. Buy pants from Cuno. Find moral. We have to wait till Wednesday. Victim's armor. Victim's tattoos. Rest of the armor. Ask Cuno. Alright, we're going to go do that. I hate talking to Cuno, but we'll go talk to him. All right, let's go out the door. Oh, we should talk to the scab leader too. Try not to get killed by him, but we'll talk to him. All right, you little punk. Tell me about the victim's armor.
Fuck does Cuno care?
More questions about the crime scene.
The kingdom of Cuno? The fuck do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Cuno doesn't give a shit. The fuck about it?
Where's his armor?
Cuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
How come?
That fucking had one thing majorly wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
What do you mean?
Do you remember how he looked? Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man.
For any man.
Cuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Cuno threw that shit away.
What do you mean you threw it away?
Cuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big.
He performs a kickoff on the imaginary helmet.
Cuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Cuno.
He threw it in the sea?
Yeah, that shit means nothing to Cuno. Cuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Cuno's a fucking monk.
Okay.
You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit? Came around pretending like he cares about cows?
Yes, you met him at the gates. The one with the boots and the jolly smile.
Yeah, manana.
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Cuno's armor.
Curious, my liege. Why did Cuno feed you this information?
Yeah, and you're just telling me this out of the kindness of your heart?
Yeah, Cuno's doing charity today. Cuno Day. Cuno feels sorry for you, loser pig. Cuno's doing pity now.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire.
Did you throw rocks at him?
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He grabs his head like it's suddenly hurting.
He says you're stupid, Cuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Yes, that's what I've said. You're stupid. A contusion is a bruise. I'm talking about the marks of your stones left on the corpse.
Oh, did Cuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing? This is Cuno's kingdom. Cuno fucking rules here.
Alright.
You're testing.
Get lost.
Alright, leave.
Cuno doesn't.
Alright, so now we need to go to the gates. We need to speak to Manana and to the scab leader. Go past the racist lorry driver. You, sir, are useless to me. Let's speak with Manana first.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
Sure. Cuno told me you're supposed to know anything about the armor.
The little boy had the good on his promise.
What did he promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cop's in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
What'd you learn about the armor?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
Anything else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
Okay, what about the technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How then?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
4 pieces of armor up for grabs then. But I already sent the boots away.
I guess you won't be collecting them all then. That's less work for you at least.
Helmets, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings? I'm gonna find 1 piece of it. 1 is enough. Leggings.
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
I'm gonna find at least 1 piece.
Smart choice. It's only that one spot you need armored too. The one the bullet hits.
True.
Good luck if you go for those boots though. You'd have an easier time wresting the spurs off a boyadero than getting them off him.
Alright, thanks for the cooperation.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
Do you know anything about the Hardy Boys?
Los Ardis? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility. They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Eberhard's law. But really, they're just like you.
Gotta run. Alright, let's talk to you and try not to die.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Are you a mercenary hired by Wild Pines?
Hell no. I'm just an honest scab. I won't have talk like that around here. You understand?
It just has to be said, that was not a convincing line.
Is there a tribunal being convened by any chance?
Fucking bug.
He breathes out slowly, his giant chest deflating and his mouth slightly open.
I'm going to interpret that as a yes. There's a tribunal, and it won't be long until it's ready.
How about you fuck off now, huh?
Well, no, let's say it didn't sound too convincing.
Fucking loincloth.
He stares you down mutely for a second.
Loincloth? Now you see, that's not really what a scab would say, is it? Better not to press the issue further, sire. He seems tense.
Okay.
The man's breathing steadies, but his eyes are still narrow. Slowly, he's trying to get his right-to-work dance back on.
I'm just going to leave now. Okay. Good with those two. Should be another building I can have access to. Is it that sewer? It's that sewer. Is there anything down here? Doesn't appear to be. Let's go over here. Kind of like a cowboy. Just need some boots. The sewer was in front of the shop down here. Nope, no access to anything. I figured there was a high-rise building down here they were talking about the mercenaries having access to. Okay. I feel like we've kind of done just about everything we can get done today without Kim. Let's check our journal to be sure. Find one armor piece. You really just want one piece of armor. It's enough. Find and locate one piece and that's done. He said he kicked it into the harbor. Which would be down here, right? Is anything down here that I can interact with? Doesn't appear to be the case. Nope. Well, I really think that's about all we can do. Let's go in here. It won't let us sleep until 2100. Is there any benches we can set on here? Steam overlay. Let's speak with Elizabeth.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
She's not the hardy girl. We'll talk later. You can sleep after 21. Go sit on the bench, I guess. I feel like I'm wasting time, but I can't think of anything else to do until we get Kim in his car back and then we open that lock.
You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. Your feet ache.
Think an hour? Wait a minute, before we do that, we do have a skill point. Let's do this. Let's unlock. Let's think of self-critique or the white morning. Let's do self-critique. Internalize. Alright, and then we'll go out of this. Now we'll sit
on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. Your feet ache.
Let's ponder for an hour.
You finally stop picking your nose.
Think again for an hour.
Time passes. You wonder how your gun is doing. Hopefully, it's okay. You're really starting to regret the poor way you handled your own sidearm.
One more hour.
Time passes. You wonder how your gun is doing.
All right, last hour.
This case is unsolvable. You should just give up right now and apologize to...
No, I'm not giving up. I just need time to pass. All right, is Kim back yet? Don't see his car. We should probably see him tomorrow. So let's go to bed for now. See if anything's changed in here first. Got disco lights. No new people. No new interactable people. All right. Let's enter our room. Go to bed.
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it.
All right, we're going to go to sleep. We'll see you next episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, please consider a like, a comment, and or a subscribe. And stay tuned for the next episode. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.